Is a British developer really trying to build Knightsbridge in Dubai? No, we're not talking about Knightsbridge in London, but we are talking about a British developer building Knightsbridge Park, a villa and townhouse community in the heart of Dubai. This is not your average villa and townhouse community. The master developer is Meydan. They have built multiple projects and master communities. So they will be the people in charge of the urban planning, infrastructure, the swimmable lagoon. But where this project differs from everyone else is the fact that it has 27 sub-communities. For example, one community is going to be Leos International. The other one is going to be the first ever Bentley Villa community. We have other projects and other developers like Ellington building their townhouses and villas in this neighborhood. So this is where the exclusivity comes into it. You don't have thousands of townhouses and villas that are just being copied and pasted all over the place. It's very unique and it's very, very exclusive. It's Georgian and Victorian architecture with a twist of modern Dubai about it. And what Leos is really putting on the table is the first ever wellness-focused ultra-luxury community with only 112 luxury homes. This is where the exclusivity comes into it. This isn't just real estate. We have an entire ecosystem to support your health and wellness. We mentioned the swimmable lagoon, but what we didn't mention is re-oxygenated waterfalls inside of the community. The community is amazing, but the villas are something special. Now, we're talking about a full chef's kitchen, a sunken fire pit, and an elevator just in the 5-bedroom villas are 5,500 square foot of built-up space, and the price per square foot is 2,200 to 2,400 square foot. It's very competitive for a community, specifically with the fact that it has such a low number of units. Now, looking at the signature villas, there's 6 bedrooms, 9,000 square foot of living space with a plot size of 7,000 to 9,000 square foot with 4 parking spaces. Now, you might not think that's unique, but trust me, in Dubai, even the signature villas usually don't have this many car park space. It's very unique. Forget about the cinema room. We have private elevators in the villa. The other key features I like about the signature villa is the fact that it has a climate-controlled outdoor shaded terrace. This is so key in Dubai. I just bought a property for something very similar, and I believe this is the next phase of luxury living. The fact that you can actually use your entire home without worrying about the weather. Again, more aspects of the outdoor living space, a tekibi fire pit and a private temperature controlled pool. These are key features, especially in a hot climate like Dubai. You can use it for 6 months of the year, but what happens to the other 6 months? And that's what they're doing. They're building something that you can use every day, 365 days of the year. Let's talk about the location. We are talking about Meydan after all. 10 minutes away from downtown, 15 minutes away from DIFC, 17 minutes away from the beach. But if you have a swimmable lagoon on your doorstep, would you even go to the beach? I love to give comparables because as an investor, it's very important to me to see what is available today in this neighborhood, what's coming up in the projects that I'm looking to invest in, and what the difference is when it comes to price per square foot, amenities, quality, and architecture. The project I want to highlight is Millennium Estates in Meydan. The project started in 2013 and it was ready by 2016. So you're not looking at the most modern of communities, and you shouldn't really expect a huge number of amenities. It just wasn't the case at that time. But this project is a little bit more unique because it did come with more than the usual. Plus, it was only 198 standalone villas. What's happening recently, it has a huge resale market just because people are buying, renovating, and reselling it. So the built-up has changed, but originally the average built-up was 5,200 square foot. What I really liked was the plot sizes, 7,000 to 9,000 square foot. At that time, it was very rare, and the prices were very reasonable. So I'm not going to look at the average villas in Millennium Estates, but what I will do is look at a recently renovated and modernized version. So this is going to give you a big plot, big build-up, and all the modern amenities you might want in a villa. For example, a huge garden with a huge swimming pool and a pergola. So all the things that you will want in this brand spanking new villa when you're comparing it to Knightsbridge Park. The price per square foot, 3,000 dirham. That's quite high because someone has gone to the trouble of bringing up the specification to today's levels. 28 to 30 million is very high. When I mentioned Knightsbridge Garden, I mentioned that the price per square foot was 2,200 to 2,400 dirham. And the signature 6-bedroom villa with 9,000 square foot of living space was 20 to 21 million. Compare that to here when we're looking at 28 to 30 million. Older communities very rarely compete with newer communities when it comes to amenities. The demands of the buyers today are much higher than the yesteryears. And that's because of the evolution of Dubai. Dubai has pushed everyone to demand a certain level of lifestyle. So no, we don't have the swimming pool lagoon. We don't have the ethos and the identity of the wellness retreat. And we don't have the clusters with individual swimming pools when it comes to Millennium Estates. And the crazy thing is, there is less units when it comes to the Leos International clusters than there are in the entire community of Millennium Estates. I love Millennium Estates. If you're looking to buy, renovate, and resell, it's one of the first places I would advise you to look at. When we're looking at Leos International, we are talking about an off-plan project, which means, first and foremost, payment plan. It means you buy now, you pay later. Especially the payment plan they have, 50% during construction, 50% on handover. They even have the option of 2 years post handover if you want to use it without the need of getting a mortgage or using your company dividends.